I have just experienced maybe 3 hours ago one episode of loose stool. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my first-hand experience getting the COVID booster jab. And this actually marks video number 3 in the 3-part video series of me sharing my side effect experience. So if you want to watch my experience getting vaccine number 1 and vaccine number 2, you can click on that playlist up there and watch those videos after you've watched this one. Now, today's vaccine is not going to be the same as jab number 1 and 2, because for those videos, I got the AstraZeneca vaccine. And today, as I was filling out the online booking form, I was informed that I'm going to be getting either the Pfizer or Moderna, whichever the pharmacy has in stock and is administering today. And I'm 26. Now, in order to book your vaccine, you have to have had the second dose of your 2 doses 6 months ago, but as of the 7th of November, the rules, I believe, have changed to only having to have been 5 months ago. However, you do have to be eligible in the eligible groups, and that list of groups is listed right here. So it is currently 3:41 on the 7th of November, and my appointment is at 4 p.m. So we're gonna head over there now. So let's go. So I document the process, talk about the side effects.
Are you going to cry?
I might.
Are you going to faint?
I might faint. Yeah, I might faint. I might cry. I might squeeze.
The big guys that faint. Do you know that?
Oh, look at that, beautiful.
This sounds very rude. So
I'm
0.3 mils. Yeah. Just relax. There's a couple of things I could say right now. How was that? And he didn't faint. Well done.
A couple of things. Ooh, it has been done. I didn't feel a thing.
It's usually the guys that love themselves with big muscles that faint.
Well, I'm not quite on the big muscle spectrum yet, am I?
But you love yourself.
That part, maybe.
Right, side effects. I've had the booster. Sore arm. I had a really sore arm for 2 days.
With the Pfizer?
Yeah, it was so sore I couldn't lie on it. Slight headache. I'll just take some paracetamol.
Sure.
But I felt really tired for 2 days. Yeah.
I always feel tired anyway,
really tired.
as it is. I get over that with
But in a
caffeine.
way, that's a sign that the vaccine's working,
No, of course it is.
because you're producing immunity against it.
Absolutely.
Right, you need to sit outside for 15 minutes, right?
15 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the reason for that?
Because if you collapse, I will resuscitate you. So you need to wait outside in there.
Okay.
And if you collapse, I won't resuscitate
So,
you.
yeah, well,
What I'll do, I'll put the camera on,
No.
and then we'll have a vote online to see who wants me to resuscitate you.
That would be a great idea. Make sure if I do collapse,
How's
get
that?
the camera on first, because I need the footage.
Alright, and we'll go online and say who wants you resuscitated or not.
But if it happens, make sure you press record, because I need to get
Okay,
it'll
right.
make the vlog look
Okay,
really
alright.
great if you get that part in. Hopefully I don't need CPR. And there we go, it was nice and simple, but actually following the vaccine, I actually had to wait in the waiting room for about 15 minutes just to monitor me in case I ended up fainting. 15 minutes later, my arm's fine, everything else is fine, but I'm gonna keep you updated as the side effects, if any, progress. Let's go home. And so I am back home, and it is 5:20, which means it has been about an hour since I had the vaccine. And to be honest, I actually don't feel any different to how I was feeling before having the vaccine. I remember following my first jab and second jab. Within the first hour, I started to have a sort of headache / feel a little bit spaced out, sort of drunk almost. But I actually feel no different than I was prior. I am actually thinking I might nip over to the gym for the next hour or so just to get a workout in, just because I know I'm not going to be able to get a workout done tomorrow or the day after because my shoulder might be too painful. And here is your 2-hour update following a workout in the gym. I just did chest today. I didn't really feel any pain whatsoever in my arm either. I don't feel as if I was tired in the gym either. I felt like I could execute the workout sufficiently in the same way that I would do it on a normal day. So yeah, I feel good. I'm gonna get on with some revision now for the rest of the evening. And here we are at the 4-hour update, and this is going to be the first symptoms to document. I am actually having a very slight headache in my head. It's nothing like my first vaccine and second vaccine, but it is noticeable. It's not enough for me to require any kind of paracetamol or painkillers. But in addition to that, I am actually starting to feel soreness in the region of the injection site where it was administered. It's definitely nothing to do with the workout that I just had, because that was pectoral muscles. But in addition to that, it is a pain that I can, that I've definitely experienced before after having had an injection. So that is basically it for this update. So some days after working super long hours, I like to just kick back on the sofa, stick my feet up and stick the telly on. And of course, being from the UK, we are very fortunate in that we have access to all of the best TV shows, films, and podcasts and everything else in the Western Hemisphere. But there are the odd occasions where I hear about that film, that TV series that you absolutely have to watch. You turn on Netflix and you get this. Well, meet ClearVPN, a VPN solution made explicitly to give you access to pretty much all of the libraries on every streaming platform that you can imagine. So, what is a VPN? It's a virtual private network that basically tricks your computer into believing that you're somewhere else that you're not, and it's completely legal to do so. And the best part about ClearVPN is it does all of this with just one simple click, whilst your connection remains secure, private, and completely untraceable. Look at that, my computer thinks I'm in New York. So whether you're doing some internet banking online and you want to remain secure, or you're doing some browsing online and you don't want weird ads popping up, or you simply just want to watch a show on HBO Max, Netflix, or Hulu that isn't available in your region, well, ClearVPN has got you covered. Simply install ClearVPN, select the streaming service that you want to use, choose the region that you want to watch it in, click activate, and you are good to go. So if you want full unrestricted access to all the best films and TV shows while staying super safe online, then use the link in the description below and download ClearVPN, and that will give you 7 days of unrestricted, free premium access to all of the best features that ClearVPN has to offer. But let's get back to the video. And so here is my update at 1:30 a.m., which is way past my bedtime. I should absolutely be asleep because I've got to be up in a few hours. But the soreness in my arm has progressed to maybe a 3 or 4 out of 10, so it is definitely tender when I touch my arm in that region. Now, also, one thing I do want to bring up is I have just experienced maybe 3 hours ago one episode of loose stool, right? So it was weird because, you know, generally when you have diarrhea, right, you will have persistent episodes, and it will be over the course of maybe, you know, you might have 4 or 5 different episodes, and you'll have to take electrolytes in order to replenish those lost fluids because you've maybe eaten something bad, you've caught a bug. But this was quite strange because it only happened once. I had like an urgency to go, and it was quite sore. Psychologically, I'm feeling good. I'm gonna head to bed because I am feeling a little bit tired, but the only 3 things that I can list off within the first sort of 8 hours of having the vaccine is the sore arm, bit of a headache, which has pretty much gone now, and also the loose stool. But I'm gonna check in with you guys in the morning, so see you then. And next on the symptom list, at 9 a.m. the following day, I woke up feeling absolutely exhausted, like so tired. My arm, that's probably about 3-4 out of 10 still in terms of soreness. It's really sore if I touch it though. It's gone to about 7 out of 10 if I touch it. It feels like I've just been smashed by Mike Tyson on my left arm. It really hurts, and it really hurts holding this camera. So I'll update you with the next update. And so we are currently at the 25-hour mark since having the vaccine. And in terms of any side effects, I do have a headache, which I would give it about a 3 out of 10. It isn't really causing any real discomfort or being problematic in terms of me getting through the work that I'm trying to get through right now. All right, so we are an hour since my previous update, 6:30. And the headache has actually progressed a little bit, so I have just taken 2 paracetamols, as it is affecting my concentration. That's another thing, I do feel very tired. way more tired than I would ordinarily feel. Yeah, I keep feeling this sort of discomfort in my chest there, right there, and I keep having to like massage it. Now, it doesn't feel like a muscular pain. It's strangely, I was reading through the side effects, and a very, very, very rare side effect can be inflammation around the heart. I just thought I'd raise this just in case anybody else has the same kind of experience as me. A little bit of soreness in there around the chest. But yeah, that is the update, and I'm gonna go straight to bed. So good night. And it is now 8:32, which is 40 hours, day 2 of the vaccine, and quite honestly, I am absolutely exhausted. I had 8 hours sleep last night. I have just woken up and I just feel so tired, like so exhausted, which is good essentially because you know that the vaccine and your body is responding appropriately and building immunity to what it's been introduced to. So, you know, in that regard, you know it's working, but, you know, I'm so tired and I need a coffee, and that's gonna help me wake up. Now, here we go with the 10 a.m. update following having a coffee, and I actually can't lie, the coffee has resolved any kind of lethargy that I was feeling and the fatigue that I woke up with. I do feel good now. I do still feel a little bit suboptimal, but, you know, that is expected. I've just had a vaccine. But, you know, is it gonna prevent you from getting through your day? No, absolutely not. Have your coffee, you'll be feeling 9 out of 10. And so we are at the 48-hour mark since having the vaccine, and I feel pretty good, not gonna lie. My arm, the tenderness has gone down to about 5 out of 10. I don't really have any real headache. I definitely don't feel the best I've ever felt, but I'd say it's like a 1 out of 10 sort of like headache. I can feel a little bit of discomfort, but not enough to warrant a painkiller. So actually, you know, at the 2-day mark, I'm kind of on my way back to normality. So in that case, I will give you guys one more update at the 3-day mark, because for my previous 2 videos, first vaccine and the second vaccine, I did how I felt up to 3 days. And I feel like it only makes sense to do the same for this booster jab. Okay, so it is 10 o'clock on day 3 of having the vaccine. And I am actually getting some soreness now under my armpit, literally under there. Now, that is pretty expected because there are some lymph nodes under there. And if you don't know what a lymph node is, essentially it is the area which deals with your immune system. And considering I have actually just been introduced with a foreign body, per se, which is the vaccine, my body is fighting against that and building some immunity to it. And so we are basically at the 3-day mark, the 72-hour mark, post the Pfizer booster COVID vaccine. I feel like this is a really great place to end this video on because there is gonna be no further progressive symptoms. And I really hope this video has helped you in deciding whether or not to get the booster, because I absolutely believe it is an essential thing in keeping everybody safe and keeping us progressing back to normality. Of course, everybody is different and everybody's reaction will be different, but this is coming from someone that had a really bad reaction on number 1 and number 2, and this has just been pretty seamless. It's been a great experience almost, because I know that I've done some good in getting the vaccine, and essentially I hope that this has provided that clarity for you guys and also that reassurance. So if you have enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button down below and also consider subscribing. I post weekly content here, whether that be medical related, travel related, and everything in between. And also follow my Instagram, which is there, for regular updates, stories, posts, and all the other good stuff. And also check out this playlist right here, which is also gonna have some other good related content for you. But as always, I shall see you in the next one.